born on 111. That just means I'm destined to do what I do. Talent from the heavens, praying that I see it through. Finally wearing.
What's going on, people? It's your guy King Will Says, back here on the second channel, King Will Games. Shout out to everybody that is coming by. The day has finally come, or I guess the weekend has finally come. UFC 4 has officially been released this weekend, and as you can see, I'm putting in work with my welterweight fighter, the one and only Adonis Harris, the killer, the samurai, as you guys saw in the thumbnail. Now, I play this game for free thanks to EA Access. This is not a paid promotion, by the way. I swear, I'm just promoting it for free just because I actually like it that much, because for the most part with EA's big titles, with EA Access, you can try the full game for 10 hours before you make that $65 commitment to buy the game, or however much games are wherever you're at. And it's only $5 a month to have it. So I know you got it. And plus, when you do get EA Access, you get to try full games for free and also get these games at a discounted price. So if you like the game, you won't have to pay full price. So that's cool too. But let's get into it. My honest impressions, my honest thoughts about UFC 4. Now, I have to put this out there. I am a veteran UFC player. Okay, I have been playing the UFC games since EA took over the licensing when PS4 and Xbox One launched. So I played these games faithfully for the last 3 games EA has released. I have to say that because I've been on YouTube for like going on 3 years now. This is my secondary channel, not my main channel. I know how easily people get offended on the platform. I don't need anybody coming into my comments talking about,
"Oh, you sound like you never played a UFC game before. You just sound so dumb. You just another snowflake complaining." Just shut up and get good at the game, or don't buy it. You didn't have to make a whole video about it.
So yeah, and also for the people that have seen the early gameplay from other YouTubers, I purposely ignored those videos. I wanted to experience the game for myself, you know, and I won't lie, I peeked at a little bit, but I refrained from looking because I wanted to make an honest and genuine review, you know. So now that's out of the way, fact of the matter is, I'm gonna put it like this: I do not love this game, nor do I hate this game either. There are a good number of things that I really like, but there are easily a lot of things I don't like, and just wondering what the hell the devs were thinking. And of course, we are going to start out with the positives, right? Because you know that's the best way to go. Start with the positives. Now, being a UFC veteran player, the first thing that you will notice, of course, is the overhaul to this career mode. Round of applause has to go to EA for giving us the most in-depth, immersive, and interactive career mode that has ever been added to EA UFC games, because for the longest time, career mode was just bare bones. Like really, it was just a bare bones experience, especially with the first 2 games. They stepped it up in the last game with UFC 3, but they did an entire 360 with UFC 4, and this career mode puts its predecessors to like total shame. I really love the social media aspect of this game. I love the loading screens. I've never said that before about a game a day in my life, about loading screens in a game. When you're loading, waiting to get into your fight, you get these camera phone videos of another fight on the card, or you'll get the video of another matchup's weigh-in, or you'll see like throwback shots of old great matchups that have happened in the UFC. It's just really, I think that's just really cool. It's like a small detail, but I think that's really cool because it just really puts you into the mindset that you are a part of the event that is a UFC showcase. You can really tell that the devs' focus was to make players really feel like we are a part of the world of the UFC, and not just some creative fighter that just fight your fights and that's it. And this is nothing new because they laid the foundation for this concept back in UFC 3. They really built on that and made it more complex. And of course, I love the fact that we have an actual interactive MMA coach this year. Quite frankly, that was an aspect that was overlooked for so long. Like, to be honest, I'm glad they made it a point of emphasis, because if you know anything about combat sports, every fighter has a deep working relationship with a coach. No fighter has success without having a strong support system and instruction in his or her corner. So really glad they made that matter. I really like the new free motion sparring and training camp too. I really like the fact that this year you have total complete control over if you have a clean camp or you have a sloppy camp with injuries. How you prep for your next fight really does matter this year, man. It matters more than ever. It really makes you have a cautious mindset when you are doing things like sparring. With boxing, if you take a nasty hit from the AI, you risk getting permanent damage to your chin. They brought the heavy bag back. I thought that was kind of cool. They've added in endorsement contracts. You can make extra money over the course of however many fights you sign a deal for. Just very good additions to the career mode. Now let's move on to some things I really liked about gameplay, right? The biggest thing I have to praise the devs for is the big, and I do mean big, improvement to clinch grappling. Initiating and escaping the clinch is smooth and easy as ever. Transitions and progression from entering the clinch to clinch striking is smooth, man. Like just grabbing your opponent and landing high knees with your Muay Thai feels so gratifying. Like it really does. Just the free range of motion you're allowed to do now just keeps the fight flow so fluid. Personally, for myself, this was such a breath of fresh air to see, because the past 3 games EA always fell short when it came to capturing an authentic grappling experience. It wasn't really fun, like especially if you were playing online, so people rarely or if ever engaged in clinch exchanges. So with UFC 4's new clinch grappling, it absolutely makes you want to put those attribute upgrades towards your clinch stats. Striking feels great. It's similar to UFC 3, but with slightly different things added. I like the attempts to customization, even though it's kind of like I just don't get it, but for the most part, I like what they were trying to do. Like with the samurai helmets and like the gladiator mask and just the other things that they added, which I just was kind of confusing. It just kind of doesn't make sense, because when I equipped it, I was under the impression that this was going to be walkout apparel. So I was just going to wear it on my walkout, or I was going to wear it just post fight or whatever. But yeah, no, it actually stays on your head. It stays on you during the fight, and it's kind of weird, man. I was like, why would I want this samurai helmet? I just don't get it. I thought it was just something cool for walkouts, but I guess not. So that was just kind of confusing. But I like the idea. I'm not against it. But let's just move on, because this actually brings me to the negatives. Actually, it's just a negative. And remember, okay, I have to say this. This is my personal opinion, okay? My personal opinion. This is how I personally felt playing the game. You can either take it or leave it. I mean, it is what it is. We're allowed to have differences, right? But to start off with my biggest issue, okay, with gameplay. And to be honest, it's my only issue I have with the game, really. All the other things are just like nitpicking issues or whatever, just personal preference and things like that, or what I would have liked to see in the game. But how badly disappointing the wrestling is in this game. We are still dealing with very much the same flawed wrestling system from UFC 3 and prior UFC games. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be the guy to say it. It's actually worse than UFC 3. It's actually worse than all of the UFCs combined. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm so serious. It's worse, because instead of getting rid of the meters and giving us this free motion like they did with the clinch, which is just amazing, it's phenomenal, I love it. They kept the meters instead and attempted to make it more simplified than it already was, because it was already simple. I don't know why they thought going simple was better. They created this idiotic wrestling system, the most stupid thing I have ever seen. You got 3 options and 3 directions to go: up, left, and right. Submit, get up, and ground and pound. You have no literal control over your wrestling transitions. All the ground animations are randomized. They're random. Transition denials work pretty much the same on the ground, but with takedown denials, you use both the L2 and R2 triggers at the same time to deny, or whatever it is on Xbox. If you're a vet, okay, if you are a veteran, that's going to take some mental adjusting, and it's going to take some time to adjust that to muscle memory, because for the longest it's always been with the right analog stick and pointing it down to deny any type of takedown attempts. But yo, this is stupid. I'm just gonna be so honest. This is dumb. Who did they make this for? Like, who made this? Like, this is like wrestling for a fucking 5-year-old. Like, why? That's like literally all I want to know is why. This game was so close, and I really mean this from the heart. This game was so close to being like damn near the best MMA game in a very long time. Like, could have even rivaled the UFC Undisputed games, because those were great. But no, no, they took a ginormous fat dump on the wrestling aspect, which is a very huge aspect of MMA. Like, you can't be a mixed martial artist and not expect to get taken down, and that happens in online play. Guys are going to want to take you down, and it's just like, how can I have fun on this game, truly have fun on this game, when I have to deal with this unfun, flawed, and easy to exploit system? Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, at least with the UFC games prior to UFC 4, at least we had a freaking choice to decide what like transition that we wanted to try to attempt. Yo, you don't even have a choice. Like, it just does random shit. Now don't get me wrong, I like the new changes to the ground and pound. It's way more smooth. Like, when you are just trying to get somebody out of there, like you see me doing parry here, like, it's smooth and it's seamless. But yo, when it comes to wrestling transitions, this is trash. Okay, and like I said, this is how I personally feel. Okay, I am not buying this game full price. Like, I will get it when it goes on sale in a few months, because let's be honest, this is the only solid sim fighting game on the console market. I'm gonna need to scratch my MMA itch, but this is not a full price buy for me. You might think it's dumb to not buy a game for one flawed part of a game, but hey, that's why I said this is my personal opinion. But that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for stopping by. If you're new around here, let me know in the comment section if you have gotten your hands on UFC 4 yet. That, damn, look at that kick, that is so beautiful. But let me know, man. Let me know what you guys think yourselves, if you have played this game or not. Is it good? Am I just tripping or whatever? Leave a like, and that always helps. Hit the subscribe button, that always helps too. And until next time, I will catch you guys on the next video. 3 minutes, 52 seconds.